Are you like me? Do you have an endless amount of Beatsaber maps, but still don't know what to play? Well, today I'm going to show you my top picks from August. There are about 8 human-made maps uploaded to Beatsaber every day, and I thought this would be a nice way to highlight some of my personal favourites from this month. I'll categorize my picks into 4 different categories based on how difficult I felt the level was to play. I've sorted maps into an easy, intermediate, expert category, as well as a separate one for war maps and noodles. Keep in mind, these are based off of my own personal thoughts and difficulty is subjective, so you may agree or disagree. I'll give a brief rundown over the maps and then show you my favourite parts or just something interesting about the map that I thought was pretty cool. With that out of the way, let's get into the best Beatsaber maps of August. First up is a map by Fat Beansuit, Cold Weather. This map actually got a ranked version recently of the remix of the song, so it only made sense for the base song to get mapped. Anyways, the song is pretty straightforward, there's nothing too complex about it, and the speed is pretty comfy.
Say I think it's okay. Someone feel the same way that I feel. Like we're more than just crazy sex. It's inside wants to realize. I gotta miss the cold weather. I guess.
Next up is Lights On by Vixillion. This map is also pretty straightforward. It's just got a few fast jumps in it. Also, the song is pretty cute. The next map is Collapse by Protophonics. This map mainly consists of sliders, but it has a very pretty custom chroma light show. Next up is a map by JRE McNuggies on a remix from the Backstreet Boys Everybody. This map's pretty simple, just consists of bomb resets.
Throw your hands up in the air and wave them around like you just don't care. If you want to party, let me hear you yell. Cause you've got it going on again.
Next up is Yomibito, I think, by EOP Glacier. This map's kind of techie for like low-end diffs. This map's probably one of the lengthiest maps that I've included, It's about 6.5 minutes long. It's pretty straightforward for the most part. It's just got a bunch of repeating jumps. The next map is actually a collaboration between Gemas and Tarragon. The map plays fairly smoothly and is complemented by a great light showed by Tarragon that suits the music pretty well.
You shine the brightest in my eyes, like a star in the night sky. I've been waiting a lifetime to be with you again. I'll make it. I'll get with you.
Next up is Feel Alive by Timbo. This map complements the song very well, consisting of like short bursts and doubles throughout the whole thing. And last in this category is Virtual Riot's remix of Emotional, mapped by BROOOO. This map's probably the most complex in the category, but it's still fairly easy to play. It just combines a whole bunch of different skill sets. Next up is the intermediate category. These maps tend to have prolonged speed or just in general more complex patterns and take a combination of skill sets to play more often than not. First up in this category we have Super Reactor by Remy. As far as intermediate maps goes, this is pretty straightforward to play. It just consists of a lot of crossovers and streams. Next up is Moodbreaker by Voidless. I feel like this map represents the music pretty well in the way it's presented. This map just consists of a lot of resets and hand alternation. Next up is Imperial, mapped by Swifter. This map's pretty techy, so it might take a few attempts to actually get the map down properly, but it also is accompanied by a very pretty chroma light show. Next up we have another map by Timbo, Clip It Bro. This map's pretty straightforward in terms of intermediate maps. It just consists of a lot of streams, crossovers, and jumps, and I really like how they play up against the walls. If you've played any of Alto's maps, you should know what to expect here. This is no exception. There's a great light show accompanied with this map, and the mapping style is just a combination of different patterns. I'm not even going to attempt to say the name of this next map, but it's mapped by Sleek Nacho, and it's one of Chameleon's newest songs from his newer album. This map gets pretty wide the further you get in, but I feel like it's a pretty good challenge for intermediate difficulty maps. Up next is Tricklash by Lucas. This map consists mainly of doubles and a lot of stacked notes. Next up is Fresh, mapped by J-Bob. This song was actually made by someone in the Beatsaber community, and I highly recommend you check them out. I'll link their socials in the description. This map's pretty high tempo with a lot of streams and hand alternating, so it's probably borderline expert difficulty. Next up we have a map that was originally mapped by Phrase and was touched up recently by Null Animations. This map I was tempted to put into the expert category, but I feel like it could be a good, difficulty progression. This map consists of a lot of complex patterns and crossovers. Next is my personal favourite category, the expert maps. This is a level that I usually tend to play at when I'm playing the game. These maps always consist of really complex patterns and or like high tempo songs. The song variety kind of diminishes here, where a lot of it is EDM kind of stuff, but you'll find the occasional really hard map that's not in that genre. Returning in this category is another map by Fat Bean Soup. This time it's of a remix from Freedom Dive. I really like this map because it represents the music pretty well, and it's a good spin on a classic song that's a staple for most rhythm games. This map's just pretty high tempoed and consists of a lot of streams and crossovers. Next up is ERABY Connection, don't quote me on that. It's mapped by Jonathan Rune. This map's just consisting of a lot of crossovers and it has a lot of dense streams, so if you can't do like stacks and streams at the same time, it might be a little bit of a challenge. Next up is a pretty lengthy map, Monolith. This map has a lot of complex alternations between streams and doubles. The genre also changes a lot during this, so some parts are easier than others due to tempo changes. This map was pretty fun to play. Mystery Circus map by Service is up next. This map takes a bit to get into it, but towards the end it has a lot of crossovers and wide streams, so if you struggle to hit those cross-lane notes, it might prove a little difficult to play. Up next is yet another J-pop map, Galaxy Collision. This map has a classic Reek song where the tempo changed a lot along with the genre, so the skills that's needed will vary a lot as some parts will be easier than others. Up next is Ghoul by Noodle Animations. Most of the difficulty of this map comes from the drop when it's all the doubles, and there's a lot of stream sections in this, and there's quite a few unorthodox note angles which can make some parts of the map pretty tricky to play. Next up is a map that was created specifically for the 2021 Beatsaber World Cup, Toxic Violent Cubes. This map has a lot of fast streams and inverted streams here and there. The end of the map is especially hard, I would say, because it has a lot of complex patterns, and the stream at the end is pretty difficult to read on, especially on a first playthrough. Next up is a prompted error mapped by Yomibito. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Anyways, this map has a lot of speedy doubles in it. There's a few fast streams, but the map mainly consists of just really fast doubles. Next we have Banger AF Bro by Aquaflea. This map's pretty stamina heavy and is very consistent throughout the entire song and just has a lot of jumps and streams. Lastly in this category is Attractor Dimension, mapped by Law Fan Club. This map has several expert difficulties mapped by various mappers, but my favourite was Noodle Animations one. This map has a lot of extremes and doubles, and is overall pretty fast. The last category we have is the Noodle and War Maps category. This just consists of maps that have custom objects placed into them to create a unique experience that you won't find in regular maps. First up we have Darkness Comes, mapped by Renix. This map's pretty simple, but it has a few mapping flaws. I just really like how the walls play out in this.
Why did darkness come? Slowly keeps waking me up.
Next up we have Don't Wanna Fall, mapped by Tortuous Boy and Fake Pope. This goes for a more atmospheric approach and is definitely very fitting to the song. I would highly recommend giving this a play.
But I don't wanna fall for you, 'cause if I do, I know I'll give it all to you till the end. I don't wanna break my walls, but if I do, I know I'll give you everything. So I don't wanna fall. So I don't
Lastly for this video we have another Protophonics map, Form. This is probably my favourite map from the month. I love how the walls match the music and it also has pretty colours. And let's be honest, who doesn't like pretty colours? That's gonna be all for this video. Hope you enjoyed it and got to see some maps you otherwise might not have. Any feedback on this would be very much appreciated, as it's the first time I've done something like this. Some of the main things I want to know is if the formatting was okay and if there's anything in general I could do better. This video would have been out a lot sooner, but I had a few problems the past few weeks. If you want to see another one of these for September, do let me know in the comments, as I had a lot of fun looking for the different maps, and I haven't seen any other channels exactly do like a monthly map thing. So I would be more than happy to do some more of these. Be sure to come jump on my Discord as well. It's a pretty comfy place, and also if you bought me on any of these maps, and you see me on your leaderboards, you can come freely brag to me about it there as well. Also, all the playlists will be pinned to my Beatsaber channel, so if you want to download them all and play them for yourselves, they're all going to be there. I also stream over at Twitch, link will be in the description for all these things along with all the maps. Thanks for watching, I hope you have a fantastic day.